Hamza.
Yeah.
Goma getting a little frustrated with a lack of movement ahead of him, he was suggesting. No, he chose to go long again, but it's hit too hard and hard to control from Panzu. Oh, that's a lovely turn from Dennis Kibu. Found as well, and this is a far more central area for this set piece. Promising position. Expect somebody will fancy a striker goal. Looks like it's going to be Dennis Kibu. Simba's top scorer in this tournament so far. Instead it's spread wide by Yusuf Kagoma. Get all the outfield players for Simba in the Constantine half. Well, they are just awaiting the opening. The problem being that Constantine are keeping really good shape so far. And not leaving too many gaps in the bag for the likes of Kibu and Ateba and Ahua to exploit. Benchar, anywhere will do clearly on this occasion. It's not exactly a storm, it's a gentle wind, but it's constantly going in one direction, and that's towards the Constantine goal. Yet to really test Buhal. You can hear most of the calls from the players. Claims of out on that occasion. Eerily quiet at times inside the cavernous Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. 60,000 it can host. He was getting ready to stage games in the African Nations Championship next month, only for the tournament to be delayed this last week. Tanzania, one of 3 co-hosts for the tournament for players based in their own domestic leagues, of course. Tanzania, in Kenya and Uganda.
in hosting the tournament, delayed now to August. No firm dates as yet. They will be confirmed in due course by CAF. But delays not so much to the actual stadiums, but to some of the secondary issues that go around, like connectivity in stadiums, VAR in the ones in Kenya. I understand that some training grounds are not quite ready in Uganda, even though the Nambule Stadium has, of course, reopened. And then Tanzania, feeling there could have been more hyper marketing around the event, especially given the huge passion for football in this East African nation. Yeah, best move forward by quite some distance. Deep takes the corner, swings in, it's headed behind for another corner. On this occasion, he goes short to Ben Shaira. And Bausch with the delivery. Up to the back stick it goes, and well, contact from Ribi. Just not the cleanest. Ahua dropping very deep to get on the ball. And Goma trying to switch it out over to that far side. And Panzu. Kagoma. Ahua. Not too many pockets of space for Simba to play it into. They string five across the midfield effectively. Constantine with just Omayele leading the line. And that's who Simba have got to find a way past. Well, they've hit the crossbar. What about that? Well, was that on purpose? Was it not? Either way, it's the final action as we go for a water break. And he's got a smile on his face, Mohammed Hussein. Look at this. Because lightning almost struck twice in their first encounter. Hussein scored from not a dissimilar situation. He was crossing it from left flank and certainly aiming at some men in the middle. He got it wrong and it just curled over the Constantine goalkeeper and into the lead to give the Tanzanians the lead in. Constantine on match day 2. And then was a own goal from Abdul Razak Hamza. Very unlucky he was as well. The ball cannoning off the post before hitting him on the chest and just turning behind. Before Constantine got the winner in that game through deep. And Hussein has done pretty much the same thing with that last bit of play as well. This occasion, of course, just bouncing off the crossbar. So a chance for the coaches to get their points across. I wonder if he's happy with this patient approach that has come. Fadlu Davids. What on earth do the Constantine delegation make of it? They are sitting the prettier at the moment. Top of the group, of course. No onus on them to do anything more than avoid defeat. I did say that both sides have scored in all their games. Let's see if that will continue. For ASEC Mimosas, the former African champions, of course, from the Ivory Coast. They've got the work to do, ASEC, because they trail Giraffe by 3 points. Giraffe just need a draw away to USM Alger to be sure of qualification. But if they lose that, and ASEC beat Arapa United, it'll become very, very close. That game taking place in the evening. And Group D, Zamalek already through, and then one of 3 teams can take the second place. That's either Al Masri of Egypt, who are on 6 points. Yeah, best move forward by quite some distance. Deep takes the corner, swings it in, it's headed behind for another corner. On this occasion, he goes short to Ben Shaira. And Bausch with the delivery. Up to the back stick it goes, and well, contact from Ribi. Just not the cleanest. Ahua dropping very deep to get on the ball. Ngoma trying to switch it out over to that far side. And Panzu. Kagoma. Ahua. Not too many pockets of space for Simba to play it into. They string 5 across the midfield effectively. Constantine with just Omoyele leading the line. And that's who Simba have got to find a way past. Well, they've hit the crossbar. What about that? Well, was that on purpose? Was it not? Either way, it's the final action as we go for a water break. And he's got a smile on his face, Mohammed Hussein. Look at this. Because lightning almost struck twice in their first encounter. Hussein scored from not a dissimilar situation. He was crossing it from left flank and certainly aiming at some men in the middle. He got it wrong and it just curled over the Constantine goalkeeper and into the lead to give the Tanzanians the lead in. Constantine on match day 2. And then was a own goal from Abdul Razak Hamza. Very unlucky he was as well. The ball cannoning off the post before hitting him on the chest and just turning behind. Before Constantine got the winner in that game through deep. And Hussein has done pretty much the same thing with that last bit of play as well. This occasion, of course, just bouncing off the crossbar. So a chance for the coaches to get their points across. I wonder if he's happy with this patient approach that has come. Fadlu Davids. What on earth do the Constantine delegation make of it? They are sitting the prettier at the moment. Top of the group, of course. No onus on them to do anything more than avoid defeat. I did say that both sides have scored in all their games. Let's see if that will continue. So, cooling break over. Can either of these sides find the opening goal before half time? It is a decisive day in the Confederation Cup. 6 places already booked in the last 8. Not just Constantine and Simba from this group, but Group B, Renaissance Berkane, the Moroccans, and South Africa's Stellenbosch already gone through. Group C, though, well, there are 2 teams going for just 1 place there. USM Alger, the Algerians, have already made it to the quarterfinals, so the other spot is going to go to either ASC Giraffe of Senegal or ASEC Mimosas, the former African champions, of course, from the Ivory Coast. They've got the work to do, ASEC, because they trail Giraffe by 3 points. Giraffe just need a draw away to USM Alger to be sure of qualification, but if they lose that, and ASEC beat Arapa United, it will become very, very close. That game taking place in the evening. And Group D, Zamalek already through, and then one of 3 teams can take the second place. That's either Al Masri of Egypt, who are on 6 points, and Yimba of Nigeria on 5, and Black Bulls of this would be just, they always combine to similarly devastating effect just then. Well, it's got a lot of space, isn't he? Ngoma looking forward into Ateba. It was all about the first touch, and he just didn't get anything on it. Salutes the pass forward to him. Leonard Ateba, another in his first season with the club, joining in August from USM Alger. That's just where he needed to kill it, obviously. Just a few inches too far in front of him. Hamza. Ben Shaira. Anyway, Simba in possession as we enter the last 5 minutes or so of what has been a fairly tame and tepid first half. Not sure the lack of spectators inside has helped any. Barouche trying to get Constantine moving. And it's a very, very poor pass from Omayele into Barouche. That wasn't tricky from the Nigerian. And it was woefully overhit. Well, that wasn't much better either as Simba cede possession to Constantine. Deeb. Wide to Medahi. 4 assists for Medahi, including 2 in one game. Really is dangerous, and he's, I'm sure, a man that Simba will be well aware of keeping an eye on. And Panzo looking forward to Ateba. That's better. And a Bender's run. And well marshalled in the end by Bellowell. Ateba. Well, Simba doing pretty well in their league, as I said, first. Having lost just one of their 15 games. Constantine finding life a little harder in the Algeria League. They are currently 6th in the standings with 20 points. Just 4, though, behind the league leaders JS Kabylie. And crucially, Constantine do have a game in hand. So win that, and they are just a point behind. They were top of the Algerian table when this Confederation Cup group phase began. And I'm sure it's taken a little bit of a toll as well, but they're helped by the fact the Algerian league is on a break at present, so gives them a good chance to recover and, of course, not play too many games in between these Confederation Cup matches. Ben Sharia, Budrama. That's nicely played through to Deeb. Baouche getting forward. Deeb again back into the left back. Up to Deeb. Looking for Baouche. Do like the overlapping fullbacks. There's Madoui, the coach. Kibu. Looking forward again for Ateba. And holding it up again, the Cameroonian. Waiting for numbers. In it goes to Kibu. And that's well played by Deeb to dispossess Dennis Kibu, the Tanzanian. On the floor, that's nice round the corner from the Tanzania international Kibu. Ultimately calming to naught. Merba into Madahi. Terrific engine on him, Madahi, despite being 33 years of age. Can bomb up and down that right flank all day. And Shaira. Budrama into Baouche. Kibu pleading with the officials that should be his, and ultimately winning the argument. And Panzu, he goes down, and another free kick and another set piece on the edge of the Constantine area. They've had a few now. They've done very little useful with them. Can that change in what may well be their last chance in this opening period? So once again, Ahua standing over it. And it goes, and that's a really dangerous ball in, but he can't convert it at the back stick. Ngoma, well, had really good bend on it. Ngoma, not known for his goals, got the touch. And the flag stayed down as well. And he just couldn't get over it. Ngoma, but that was a really dangerous ball in from Ahua. His best of the game so far. But Constantine still their goal unbreached. Benchar looking up towards Omayele. Hussein happy to go back to Musa Kamara. He's really been a spectator for most of this game, the Guinean. Ngoma. Ahua. Looking for a simple ball straight down the middle. Hoping to play in Mpanza. Mpanzu. Hussein. Benchar. Nicely played by him. And Shaira just dispossessed. 2 minutes of additional time. Ahua. Looking forward again and overhitting again. Quite a few of these passes are being overhit today. Possible consequence of a dry pitch. Too well watered. Is it just player error? If Kapomba went in, Badrama went down. He's had that grimace a few times now. Guinea's number one. Badrama just receiving a little bit of assistance. Hasn't missed a minute of action since the second round got underway. Only misses a minute in the league there. That's ref Badrama. And he's one of the lucky ones who's got inside to see this game, although he might not be feeling that way after a mildly lackluster first half. He needs a goal to spark this game into life. Kibu. Kagoma. Ahua. Oh, he was thinking about the strike and then he played it in while Kibu was offside in any case. A few minds there. Ahua, because he had Hussein charging left back as well. Well, this will surely be the last action of the first 45 minutes. Just telling Buhal to get on with it. The Mozambican referee. Lovely touch that from Hamza just to bring down that long kick from Buhal Fire. Kagoma. Malone. And into Hamza. Hussein. Ahua sees so much of the ball in this opening period in Panzu. Kagoma, he's got Kapombe out wide, uses Ahua instead. He does eventually find it to Shamari Kapombe, but he gives it away. And he gives it away as well. Chance here possibly for Simba at the end of the opening period. In it goes, but headed away. Kagoma will pick it up. Looking for Kibu. And Badrama again with the clearance. Mpanzu. Strike a goal from Mpanzu. Laid over the bar. The referee has seen enough and belatedly blows his whistle in a half that seen little goal-mouth action. Simba with by far and away the greater chances, many of them falling to Jean-Charles Ahua. He's been unable to take them. An early penalty came from Constantine and Zakaria Benchara came to naught. Other than that, they've really failed to call Musa Kamara in the Simba goal into action. And I said at the other end, Simba just unable to find their shooting boots today, meaning at the break in Dar es Salaam in the sixth and final game of the Group A campaign of the Confederation Cup. It is Simba 0, CS Constantine 0. So the statistics from the first half, and as you can see, Simba with by far and away more of the shots. 6 in all, just 1 on target, that from Jean-Charles Ahua that he caught from outside the box, but straight at Zakaria Buhal Fire in the Constantine goal. A shot on goal from Constantine. I must be honest, I'm really struggling to remember. I mean, there was a strike from D, but it was keep doing what they've been doing. Trying to frustrate the Tanzanians. That's a lovely pass forward. Oh, the first squeeze. The second, so disappointing from Mpanzu. Lovely clipped ball into him. And he took it down so sweetly. Look at that. And then it was just what sort of volley? Undoubtedly put off by the onrushing Baouche. Lovely foot from Simba. Just a sign that possibly they're beginning to turn the screw a little bit. Out swinging corner. Up goes Kibu, who's so good in the air. And he just can't get over it. Kibu. We have Hamza behind him as well. And he's a real threat at set pieces. There's Kibu. He moves well here. Show what he can do. Well, Kibu surely fouled that. Kick.
I'll explain why still have just the 6 goals from that game so far. Benowell, despite the fact that he's managed to get up to his feet, he told me he needs to get off the pitch. So it's the minutes of the group stage action so far. Laisha Benowell, turned 24 at the end of last year. And a regular, both in the Confederation Cup side for Constantine and the league as well. Deep, can't make any ground for Panzu. A lot livelier in this second period than he was in the first. Just need somebody to take one of the chances that they are creating. Kagoma. So far, fallen away at Ateba. Team's main striker. Here's Ahua. He's had a ton of efforts on Constantine goal. And Panzu opening it up to Ngoma. Conrad back to Angola. Tevo in the middle. Height of the two central defenders for Constantine, a real problem. Teams are getting decent ball to Tevo. Nice layout from Mpanzu. Oh, what a strike that is from Dennis Kibu. Well, there is chance after chance after chance, and it's fallen to their main man, and he has produced an absolute rocket. Dennis Kibu to give Simba the lead against Constantine, and to take them top of the pile in Group A as well. And that was a howitzer from the 26-year-old. Lovely layoff into him, and he did not hesitate whatsoever. His fourth of the season in the Confederation Cup, Kibu, and surely his best of the bunch as well. Look at this. He goes into Mpanzu, who just lays it off very sweetly, and look at that for a strike. Head down, over the ball, over his knee, thump. And finally, Buhal Fire is beaten, and finally we have the goal that this game needs. And it was a beauty from Dennis Kibu. And smiles at last on the face of Musa Kamara, and finally, all the pressure tells from Simba. And it came from, let's be honest, one of their hardest chances. But that was as sweet a strike as you'll see from Dennis Kibu. And now, what will we see from Constantine? If they want to go through, top of the pile, they need to score, and will obviously mean they will leave spaces at the back that Simba can exploit. So now we have a very interesting game, which is far more in the balance than it was before, because Constantine need a goal and Simba obviously will need the second, but we've not seen too much desire whatsoever from Constantine to score. Prior to this, it was very much, we've got a point and that's what we'll go home with. Going into the book and looking a little bit lost as well, as he eyes up the referee as to understand why. Challenge him behind on Mpanzu. He's seen far worse nonetheless. Not warranted. Going into the referee's notebook. 3 players now from Constantine who have been booked. Just Kibu for Simba. Hamza looking long for Kibu. Wins the header above Medahi.
Plus, unaanza na jumlisha.
So, as it stands, Simba top of Group A with 13 points. Constantine second on 12. Nice footwork from Mpanzu. Strike a goal as well from him. Well, I don't know what Fadu David said to him at half-time. Eli Mpanzu, the 23-year-old. But he's been far more involved in this second half. He's already had 3 shots on goal. Look at that. As another strike comes in. It's time from Ahua. They're racking them up. That's the 15th shot on target. Well, not on target, on goal. I think Ahua must have had half of them. But they'll be breathing a lot easier now. Simba with that goal from Kibu. Let's see what Constantine have got. There we go, there is the table and confirmation that Simba have leapfrogged Constantine with that goal. Half an hour or so to go. A lot can happen, of course. Athletic going from Hussein. As the Simba coach just tells his players to calm down. He will be delighted to go through top of the pile here. And Nuruddin Madoui. Well, he's already made one change. He's going to bring on the man who scored last week as well. And home to Spanxian. Muda Tamim, a really nice strike from the edge of the area for the 23-year-old striker. And they need a presence up top because Massini is not providing it. Mayele was marginally more of a presence in the first period. Ben Shaira trying to feed deep, but that's well played by Kabombi. And they give it away. Deep will bring it forward for Constantine. Bellawal. Reminding that Constantine have scored in every game they play, but they've got defending to do now. And we should have played it in surely first time in Panzu because Ateba was free. He didn't. Bausch angry. The assistant referee, this will be the change. Tamim can now indeed come on for Constantine. So let's see. They're going to be a handful of changes, 3 in all. Deeb is coming off. You don't often see that. His creativity gone. 8 goals and 5 assists from his previous 21 games. They won't be able to rely on that for now. So Tamim, the 23-year-old striker, is on. Rebi on a yellow, coming off. He's replaced by Fetela Taha, 30-year-old midfielder. And Salifu Tapsoba, defensive midfielder, just 22 years of age, is on Ben Shaira. Also vacating the park, Ben Shaira, really subbed. But he's off on this occasion, the 32-year-old. So, 4 changes for Constantine as we enter the 4th and final quarter of the game. Can they spark the Algerians into life, because they've been pretty flat. And there was surely a game plan just to hold on to the points, but they now need to come out of their shell. Free kick Constantine's way. Medahi taking the armband with both Deeb and Vice Captain Ben Shaira having vacated the field.
Na wangu ndio hiyo nimemtumia message hiyo. WhatsApp.
Naingiza namba zangu zinagoma.
07.
Ngoja acha. 07.
Kipombe.
62.
2017 now.
Unaingiza wapi kwanza?
Lots of experience in the Champions League with Simba.
Sasa usitumie.
Like this man
Account ya
Ahua.
Sasa hiyo usitumie kwa sababu ilivyo ukitumia wewe mimi nitashinda kuitumia.
To fill it. The defense as Malone pushed it a little higher.
Nimeingiza ya Voda itaki ya Airtel imekataa.
Labda ulishawahi kutumia.
Played in and out to Hussein. So we'll keep this in. Ahua again.
Thank you, Migo.
Panzu. Another heavy touch from him. Such a heavy touch. Killed it dead. You can see the coaching staff, Constantine, asking for more from their side. Unsurprisingly so. You really do need a spark, and it's hard to see where it's going to come from at present. Hussein, the Simba skipper. Triangles from the Tanzanians. Ateba. Well, they've got numbers forward here, and good numbers forward. Into the middle it goes, really important touch that to take it away. And Panzu trying to tee up Ahua. It comes to Kibu, still Kibu! Ah, standing save from Buhal Fire. And Kibu beats the ground in frustration. He did well to work the opening. He was close in on goal and he knew exactly what he wanted to do. Look, he managed to turn Baouche and he got the strike away. And a little bit of good positioning and really smartly stuck out leg as well from Buhal Fire. Didn't know too much about it, but put his body in the way. And that's why, because you can get a vital touch and it really did kick up high and over the net. Kibu looking for his second, which would surely take the game out of sight for Constantine. Hussein. Malone. Looking for Ahua. It's going to be a Constantine throw. Menahi forward, looking for Belhasini. Belhasini still going with it. Baouche. Couldn't pick it up in the flow that he wanted to. Another who knows what it is to be part of a Confederation Cup winning team, having been with USM Alger, the Algerians, when they triumphed in 2023. Played some games earlier in the competition, not in the knockout phase though. Baouche. Nicely forward, Ahua just trying to wait for the ball, but taken off his toes. And then Camera comes out smartly to go clear. Ibu, good battle this with Medahi. He's got Ateba in the middle if he can find him, and he had the vision to try and pick out Lionel Ateba. Did Dennis Kibu. Came straight into a Constantine player. But excellent awareness from the Tanzanian. So another set-piece opportunity for Jean-Charles Ahua. Simba will hope to get in, and on the end of this, into the middle it goes again. Headed away by the first man, Belhasini, taken off his toes. Ahua again. It'll be a Simba throw despite the claims of Belhasini and others. Kibu. And another Simba throw. Ngoma. Kita Ahua. The switcher play into Panzu. Malone. Ngoma just gets his pass away to Panzu. Bit of space for Ngoma. Forward to Mpanzu, looking to play it inside the fullback again. Here they go. There's a man in the middle. This is surely a chance to make it 2-up. How did he miss that? Kibu looking for his second, and to wrap it up for Simba. Just bobbles and bounces it over the net, and that was another very, very presentable opportunity for Simba, who was bobbling, and he hit it into the ground and failed to hit the target. Unmarked, 8 yards out. The chances don't come much better than that. And we will break for the second cooling break as well. And what a time that would have been for Simba to get their second. And he's going to be saying, let's do more of the same, but let's take the chances that come our way. Fadu Davids. He's still shaking his head. Dennis Kibu. I'm sure he'll be smiling if it ends in Simba's favour, especially after his stunning goal to break the deadlock, the goal that separates the sides, of course. Or can Ayredin Madoui galvanise his side into something more? Former Algeria international. Needs to get more of a tune out of them. Beaten just once in Group A by Bravos Domaki. 7 goals in their last 2 games coming into this match. But they have really troubled the Simba goal. By my reckoning, they have yet to have a shot even on or off target, Constantine. So if they do get something out of this game, and Simba do not make the most of the 15, 16, 17 chances that have come their way, they will only have themselves to blame. Clock is ticking. We've yet to see any resumption in actual on-time playing action. Gomo with the header. We'll go back to Buhalfaya. Called up by Algeria coach Vladimir Petkovic at the end of the last year in the October Nations Cup qualifiers, but never got on the field of play. Buhalfaya. Experienced figure of Madahi, over 200 appearances in the Algerian league, will just play this forward but loses the ball. Mpanzu putting himself about again. Can't hold on to it, and Constantine will launch this forward again. The chase is on for Tamid. He's barely seen much of the ball since he's come on, and that's down the line. Mpanzu inside him. Just so much space for these Simba players to play into. Into the middle it goes, and Ateba must score, does score, and surely that will seal the victory for Simba, who, with just over 10 minutes on the clock, go 2 goals clear. And is that enough to ensure that they go through as the Group A winners at the expense of the Algerians, Constantine, the team that they are beating? Well, finally, a chance came the way of Simba's main striker, Lionel Ateba. Played into him early. Madahi got a block in on the first effort from Ateba, but it came very, very nicely to the Cameroonian. And he wasn't going to miss from there. And Tanzania are very much on course to finish top of the pile in Group A, and the celebrations and the smiles can come out. And that was little more than Simba deserved for all their relentless one-way traffic forward. And it will certainly be things to work on for the coach in terms of finishing. but he'll be mightily relieved that they finally have a 2-goal cushion. Ateba's third of the campaign, his second of the group stage. And it's very, very hard to see a way back for Constantine from here. Well, this will be, if it stays like this, the Algerians' heaviest defeat of the group phase. They only lost by 1 when going down to Bravo Stomaki. With 10 minutes left, they have, as said, yet to test Moussa Camara with any sort of strike in the Simba goal. And now they do send numbers forward. Can they give themselves something to hold on to for the final few minutes? And Brahim Deeb on the field, so swung in by another. Camara gathers the delivery from Taha. And we'll just set Simba forward on their way again. There we go. That's really changed in that graphic from the last time we saw it. It's just the goal difference getting better. This Timber, even though that's fairly academic in truth. Separated on the head-to-head record as in they fared against one another rather than on goal difference. It does come down 2 goal difference should they end level, but possibility on this occasion. They've got so much of the ball. It'll be very interesting to see the possession statistics for Simba at the end of the game, because sometimes it's been like a training exercise. They've had so much of it. Just a very, very flat display from the Algerians. Their league on a break is a little hard to work out why. I wonder if the conditions and the heat and the humidity has taken its toll on the North Africans. It's not been at its warmest in recent times. Camera. Ahwa having missed with all his half dozen or so chances, must be absolutely delighted his team at 2 goals to the good. Anzu. Potential stats, look at that, over 2/3 of the ball for Simba, just a third in contrast for Constantine, but it does reflect the dominance of the team in red. Hamza finding Ngoma, Kapombi pushed high from fullback again, and Panzo an option inside it, and dispossessed, and one back as well. Really good play from the Simba man. Switcher play, just about Kibu, nice idea, trying to find some space over on the opposite flank. So a chance for Davids to make some changes. Why not? Because this game is surely as good as one. Well, Ngoma will be coming off, so to Ahua. Amongst us coming on Edwin Balua, the winger. Valentin Numa, the left back. And Deborah Fernandez, the central midfielder. He will just slot in where Ngoma was playing. Fernandez. Balua, we've not seen him since match day 2. We'll be absolutely delighted to get on the left winger. Scored in round 2 against Al Ali Benghazi. Daki. Chisambi also making it on. And also Valentin Numa. His third group stage appearance for Chisambi, a 20-year-old winger as well. Where's his yellow card going? Well, to Kagoma. No bookings for him. Loose challenge and fairly reckless from Kagoma on Madahi. Five minutes to go. If Constantine are going to get anything out of this game, they surely need to score now. Headed away by Panzu, excuse me, and put him back into the middle. Kibu, I was going to say Kibu, excuse me. Numa, putting his head in. Burkinave, 24 years of age, Valentin Numa. Madahi, nice little turn that for Fahad, into the middle it goes. Headed away. And it comes back in. Cameron will just take his time. Chose to keep it in play. Could have let it go out and just run down the clock. Well, he's doing a little bit of that. I get the feeling that Constantine could play all day without troubling the sim goal. Numa. Over the top, that's lovely. Into Mpanzu. It's working really hard to make the space in Mpanzu. He doesn't get his shot away. He had a chance to do so. Didn't take it. Another Simba opportunity to find the back of the net goes begging. So much time on the ball for the men in red. Numa, off he goes, solid crunching tackle coming from Madahi. The drama. And then straight down the middle and overhead and over Belfacini as well. You have to go back to the 27th minute of this game for when Constantine last put together a proper attack. That was when Benchar superbly played it deep. Who was just about to pull the trigger when dispossessed by Kabombe. And that is the closest the visitors have got to troubling the Simba goal. We wait for more referees. Referee just making sure Madahi is okay. But more changes claimed for the Tanzanians. And Ateba departing the field. He'll be delighted to have got amongst the goals and gets the congratulations. Dennis Kibu, Zamiru, Saidi Yassini coming on. He's not going to score too many easier than that in truth. Ateba, got to get yourself in the right place of course. And he departs the field with smiles and 3 Confederation Cup goals for the season. Also leaving the pitch as Lua belatedly comes on. Plenty of changes for the home side. As we enter the 90th minute, and all eyes will be on how much additional time there will be. And then the smiles will break out at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. for Simba. Who've gained revenge for their defeat to Constantine on match day 2. Just need to hold out for the remaining 4 minutes. Nice check inside. Is this going to be the moment? It isn't. It's a free kick on the edge of the area. That's said to be the moment when Camera finally forced to make a save in the Simba goal. It really is now or never for Constantine. They are far from knocking on the door. This would be pretty much out of nowhere, but let's see how they get on. Dali El Hossein Mwaki, standing over it, 2 goals in the group stages, home and away against Bravo Stomaki. Strike at goal and strike on target, and finally, in stoppage time, Constantine do have an effort on goal. It's taken until the 91st minute for it to happen. Straight at Camera, who didn't deal with it too well, let's be truthful. Conceded in the corner, but that's been headed away. Touch back from Chasambi, and then they go long, looking out wide. It's nicely through the middle, but over here, Gibu. Balawa looking to play in. The man who broke the deadlock in stunning style, Dennis Gibu. And it always seems to find its way to a player in red. Very cool touch on Camera. As they look long, and Numa wins the header and then goes to chase on his own knock-on as well. Dahi down the line. Fernandez, good streak to win that. Constantine looking much more up for it. With only 90 seconds left on the clock, where was this sort of energy in the preceding 90 minutes? Well, the move breaks down. And as ever, Simba spoiled for options when coming forward with men often in space. Balawa can't get on the end of that, and Constantine, well, surely that's offside.
I know.
Indeed, luckily so for Camera.
Yeah.
Misjudged the ball. You were generous, you could say. Perhaps he knew that the flag was already up. Either way, that's not the most impressive attempt to beat an offside trap. There'll be a bedroom flight back to Nigeria for Constantine, because there's very, very little for them to take away as a positive from this game. We can just say it's one that got away from possibly the weather conditions just too much for the Algerians to handle on the day, because they have not been their normal selves. The 4 minutes of additional time are up. Simba, you're on the verge of landing the victory they were so desperate to achieve before the game. And that's it. And the whistle blows and Simba have beaten Constantine to go top of Group A above the Algerians and ensure that they finish top of the pile in the group and will be amongst the top seeds when the draw is made for the quarter-finals, which will get underway in March. Dennis Kibu broke the deadlock after Simba had missed chances aplenty, and he did so in stunning style. A rocket that flew into the top right-hand corner. The Constantine keeper Zakaria Buhafaya barely saw. And then a far more routine attempt from close range from Cameroonian Lionel Eteba, just over 10 minutes from time, to get the second, which was always going to be too much for a Constantine side who had just the one shot on target all game, coming late in stoppage time, which just about summed up their display. Disappointment for the Algerians, who came into this game top of the pile, but they've been leapfrogged at the death by Simba of Tanzania, who made it through comfortably, so pretty deservingly so as well. It's ended in Dar es Salaam. Simba 2, Constantine 0.
Sitaki usumbufu na umbea. Mmemsalimia mko kwanza? Haikubali sasa.
So the statistics from the sixth and final match day clash in Group A between Simba and Constantine. The Tanzanians winning the game, and, well, for once, possession was reflected in the scoreline. 20 shots on goal to Constantine's 1, and I must be honest, I don't even think they had, well, they did have one. They had that graphic at half-time where they didn't have one. They did have their only shot on goal late on. Very, very deserving win for Simba, who just edge out Constantine by the top of the point of Group A. CS Faction finally getting their first win of the campaign, the sixth and final time of asking the three-time Confederation Cup winners. So the Tunisians at least ensuring they don't finish pointless in the group where many really were expecting them to be amongst the top two, of course. So, 2 games down, 6 to come, and 2 places to fight for. Keep an eye out for the clash between ASC Giraffe away to USM Alger at the bottom of your screen. A point there will take the Senegalese through, and then Al Masri, Enyimba and Black Bulls all hoping to take the second spot in Group D when that group kicks off in just over an hour's time. Highlights from match day 6 as the top 2 in Group A met in Dar es Salaam. Simba, the home side, looking to see if they could go above Constantine of Algeria in green. Because if they were to win today, the Tanzanians, then they would be leapfrogging the Algerians at the top of the table. Jean-Charles Ahoua, who had plenty of chances throughout the game, particularly in the first half, forcing the first save of the game for
Kipi ni kipimo cha thamani ya mtu kwenye hii dunia? Au kila ninachofanya naona na kufuru Mungu tu. Eti wa pesa navyodanganya, si unaona, ili nikupate tu. Imani akili unaviendesha, moyo unataka, sina goma kufanya maovu, nikimbie masikini. Kipi ni kipimo cha thamani ya mtu kwenye hii dunia? Au zimepangwa njama, kila ninachofanya naona na kufuru Mungu tu. Eti wa pesa navyodanganya, si unaona, ili nikupate tu. Imani akili unaviendesha, moyo unataka, nafsi na goma kufanya maovu, nikimbie masikini. Utakombaika sauti za vipigita, nachokiona ni kweke, nachokiwaza ni ujui tu. Hata sieni sipini zako mwenye kichwa unanitafuna mapenzi, nalia na vitendo vyako, wakesha kutafakari vipi nitakuridhisha. Unayoyawaza ni mengi, kama ungejaribu kuvaa viatu vyangu ungeona kama ungejaribu kuvaa yanayonisibu ungeona. Utakombaika sauti za vipigita, nachokiona ni kweke, nachokiwaza ni ujui tu. Hata sieni sipumui zako naumwa kichwa, unanitafuna mapenzi, nalia na vitendo vyako, wakesha kutafakari vipi nitakuridhisha. Unayoyawaza ni mengi, kama ungejaribu kuvaa viatu vyangu ungeona, ninayopitia ungeona. Kama ungejaribu kuvaa viatu vyangu ungeona, yanayonisibu ungeona, baby. Kipi ni kipimo cha thamani ya mtu kwenye hii dunia? Au zimepangwa njama, kila ninachofanya naona na kufuru Mungu tu. Eti wa pesa navyodanganya, si unaona, ili nikupate tu. Imani akili unavyendesha, moyo unataka na kipi ni kipimo cha thamani ya mtu kwenye hii dunia? Au zimepangwa njama, kila ninachofanya naona na kufuru Mungu tu. Eti wa pesa navyodanganya, si unaona, ili nikupate tu. Imani akili unavyendesha, moyo unataka, nafsi na goma kufanya maovu, nakimbie masikini. Kipi ni kipimo cha thamani ya mtu kwenye hii dunia? Au zimepangwa njama, kila ninachofanya naona na kufuru Mungu tu. Eti wa pesa navyodanganya, si unaona, ili nikupate tu. Imani akili unavyendesha, moyo unataka, nafsi na goma kufanya maovu, nakimbie masikini. Kipi ni kipimo cha thamani ya mtu kwenye hii dunia? Au zimepangwa njama, kila ninachofanya naona na kufuru Mungu tu. Eti wa pesa navyodanganya, si unaona, ili nikupate tu. Imani akili unavyendesha, moyo unataka, nafsi na goma kufanya maovu, nakimbie masikini. Kipi ni kipimo cha thamani ya mtu kwenye hii dunia? Au zimepangwa njama, kila ninachofanya naona na kufuru Mungu tu. Eti wa pesa navyodanganya, si unaona, ili nikupate tu. Imani akili unavyendesha, moyo unataka, nafsi na goma kufanya maovu, nakimbie masikini. Kipi ni kipimo cha thamani ya mtu kwenye hii dunia? Au zimepangwa njama, kila ninachofanya naona na kufuru Mungu tu. Eti wa pesa navyodanganya, si unaona, ili nikupate tu. Imani akili unavyendesha, moyo unataka, nafsi na goma kufanya maovu, nakimbie